Hello everybody, Darren here, and welcome back to Total War Rome 2 Divide et Impera as Rome. We're picking up right where we left off, having just secured the city of Syracuse here in Sicily. Of course, we drew out the garrison army into an open-pitched field battle where we wiped the floor with them, and then we let loose the dogs of war into the city itself, where they ransacked the place, taking much of the loot and spoils back home for us, but let the Legion have some fun as well, of course. Now, we're going to use that money to invest in our various schemes, but this means that Syracuse as an entity, a political entity, a nation are no more, and it means that we now share a border with Carthage, over a very precarious position indeed. So I've been doing a little bit of looking around just in between episodes. I actually took a bit of a break, sat back down, the music. Oh, it just takes me back. Anyways, been looking around, went into diplomacy, and I noticed Carthage are at war with 4 different factions. The Aravaci in central Iberia, Epirotes, surprisingly. Don't know how I missed that one, but they're at war with each other too. The Editani, again on eastern Iberia, they share a border right there. And the Turdetani, another central kind of Iberian faction that share a border with Carthage. So Carthage have their hands full over in Iberia, which is great news for us. It also means that maybe they won't attack us. I do think there's some sort of predetermined script that runs to kind of kick off a Punic war, but if that was to happen, now's a good time, because they're very busy. They do have 2 client states, however, Sicily, which we haven't found yet, and Sicily, which are right behind them. So this means that, you know, even a single territory can field a couple of stacks in this game. So we wouldn't just be dealing with Carthage, we'd be dealing with stacks of enemies coming across the ocean. So investing in a fleet, I think, is paramount. So I was having a look at our various options, one of which is to maybe we could subdue Epirus, or we could maybe get peace. So I was trying to see, like, well, would they be open to that? Because we're not at war with Carthage, but they're at war with Carthage, so they've kind of got 2 big powers to deal with.
Greetings.
So I opened a peace, and it says moderate.
Do not waste time on ill-chosen words.
You're wasting my time. Anyway, it says moderate, so, you know, grease a few palms with a little bit of money, and I'm sure we could probably get peace with them. However, I was also thinking, of course, with our only enemy being Epirus right now, we'll see what happens when we end the turn. If we were to go for Apollonia, we would then also be sort of getting drawn into fighting towards Pella, which is owned by Macedon at the moment, and Larissa, which is owned by, I think, Corinth, or Koinon ton Aetolon, which I don't know who that is. Well, anyways, we'll just call them Larissa for now, because it's easier for me to say. So the reason we'd be sort of drawn over towards those 2 is because they share the province, and that can be okay. You can still live just fine, but you'll have a culture problem. Their culture might be stronger than mine might be stronger than theirs. Either way, we're going to be pissing someone off, and that means that one of us is eventually going to have to fight the other. However, there's something we could do. We could come over, and if we were to win our battle, we could liberate a faction here, or client state the existing one, keep Epirus alive. Though I'd rather liberate just to get rid of all the baggage. You sort of put in a puppet government, a new faction, they'd be Greek, they'd basically be Epirus, just not a name. And they wouldn't really have all that history that we have. They'd kind of see us as freeing them and putting them in charge. Anyways, long story short, they'd become our ally. They'd become our trade partner, and we could freely march through their territory to do things out here if we wished. And if they were then attacked, we'd have our Cassius Belli to go across and rightfully defend our client. So that's kind of where I'm leaning when it comes to Epirus. Now, something else I'm a little weary of is the north. The Innisubres have taken 2 towns. They might go for Patavium. In fact, I haven't actually checked their diplomacy. Are they at war with anyone? No. So, they're aggressive. They're going to be looking for someone to attack. And we got a lovely Italian countryside town here, just waiting to be picked clean. That's flickering a little bit right now. But anyways. So yeah, I'm really a bit scared for them, to be honest. Now, the Veneti, they're mustering, so that's good news. Maybe they can just challenge each other. Honestly, if the Veneti were to die, that wouldn't be too bad of a problem. They're at war right now with the Nori. That's in the in this region here, Reti et Nordicum. So anyways, long story short, if the Innisubres attack Veneti, we have a CB then to go into the Innisubres, and I'd probably wait until the Veneti get kind of knocked out, if they did. They probably would, because they'd have multiple enemies. And that would be the most logical choice for the Innisubres. Attacking me, unless they know that I'm not defending Italy, is a bit strange, because we're quite large in comparison to them. Whereas the Veneti share their province, and they're already getting, you know, attacked by someone else. It would make sense for them to go for them. But anyway, we'll see what happens. There's a bit of a player bias in the game, obviously. So, something I failed to mention in the last episode, right at the end of it, I just deconstructed all these buildings and stuff, so that's going to happen next turn. I'm happy with that. But we did also hit a new Imperium level, so we went from 2 to 3. So we basically got a bunch of different effects happening now. So we went down from 5 food to 3. We went from 15 loyalty of all factions to just 5. So now our political screen, I don't know if it's taken full effect yet, but yeah, actually I think it has. So 7, 7, 13. It's much lower with these two. So just something to keep an eye on. You know, things are getting a little bit more unstable that way. Public order penalties due to presence of foreign cultures has increased. Tiny increase in influence per turn for my party, so that's good. We're given a balance on this side of things. But yeah, otherwise, you know, 5 empire maintenance, expansionism, negative diplomacy with a lot of people, extra construction costs. So a lot of negatives, you know. It's a hindrance mechanic. It's slowing us down over time. That is the way it is. So I just thought I would mention that. Now, something else a benefit though that comes along with it, is that we get extra armies, extra fleets, a new edict, another spy, another champion, another governor. So I kind of want to recruit all these. We got 8 grand. I could use it in investing in buildings, but these guys pay off long term. So I'm going to go with a new dignitary. This guy has negative construction costs and an increase to the tax rate. So going to go with him. It's actually got a cool name. It's almost like Julius Caesius Canus. Let's go with him. Or Canus. It's a bit close to anus. So let's maybe call him Caesius. Right, so with his what did we roll? 8% construction costs? Damn it. That sucks. Oh, that's so annoying. Anyway, he gets extra cultural conversion, extra tax again. So he's great for tax. Extra growth, and then his default trait, the overseer, extra tax again, reduction in construction costs, -2. So, you know, he's still upping the construction cost by 6. That sucks. He's almost like, I'd almost be tempted to just get rid of him. Now, we could do I mean, that trait will change over time. It might become worse, but it might become better. And obviously we can upgrade him to improve the costs as well. But damn, yeah, I was really wanting to get him in there to actually allow me to rebuild this for cheaper. But now I'm thinking it's just going to be more expensive. So I was going to cancel the building and build it again because we hadn't started it. And lower our costs. But yeah, I think in total he's adding to the cost. So that sucks. But anyway, we'll move it. But he'll be great for getting that tax rate up. At least there's something. And we'll try level him up. Right, so the other thing I was thinking of doing is we wanted to get that trader. And by the way, speaking of this building, the top thing says reduction in construction costs. That's actually pretty good. Makes sense, I guess, with a slave trader. But yeah, the specific just trader building, we can't get it unless we get this technology. It only takes 4 turns. We're currently getting this one, which gives us extra cultural conversion, which is great, but I'm actually going to go with this one first. As much as I've been talking up this point, I just want to get building, so getting that building down and then going for this one afterward, I think would be good. All right, that's a lot of stuff there at the beginning, a lot of big info dump, but that's pretty much it. Let's just get our other champion. Maybe we'll just recruit him down here. And another spy so we can keep an eye on what Carthage are doing. Negative upkeep. Yeah, this is perfect. We just want to go. I don't really care about the adventuring thing, but I do want... 3% chance of successful assassination. Oh, that's for him, yeah. 10% wealth from adventuring. Adventuring isn't when you deploy it in an army, right? It's when you go off on your own, then click that button, I think. So, it's -2 upkeep if you're in an army anyway. 5 experience. Yeah, I'm definitely going with this size. Sorry, I was just thinking maybe it'd be good, like you could be attacking, and then when you're kind of having some idle time, maybe send him out and do a bit of adventuring, get some money back or whatever. But I guess the money saver is the upkeep reduction, and then he gives us experience as well. We're going to get him out. We'll send him down. You know what? I could have just recruited him there. I'm such an idiot, but whatever. We'll do that for the spy, I suppose. Right, so actually, could I? Because I feel like I thought you could only get him because of the building. But anyway, right, let's see what kind of spy we can get. 10 line of sight, campaign map, movement range when you're accompanying a general. I can't remember in this game if I can put a spy in with a champion. I feel like it's only 1 agent per army. Growth, wealth from agriculture, chance of being detected by enemies. Right, we'll go with this one anyway. She's the best for the line of sight, which is what I'd like. 1 agent's armies or settlements revealed after a successful reconnoitre. I don't know how to say that word, but yeah, so that's cool. Actually, I forgot about that. We can do the agent actions on buildings, or and on towns, and it can reveal an army for us that we wouldn't otherwise see. That's really cool. All right, so that spent pretty much all our money. That was 8 grand we started with, and just getting those 3 agents, that drained us. But, you know, that's what the money was for. Okay, I think we're good to go. We're still running... Oh, yeah, actually, sorry. Legio 1 has leveled up, as has Libo. So, I did look at this beforehand. I'm going to go with the Accomplished Skirmishers. Hand-to-hand combat is a dangerous business. 2 movement speed for all light units, 2 missile damage inflicted for all missile units, increased missile attack range, and 2 shots per minute for all units. So faster firing speed. And then this one, Inexorable Conquerors. 3 morale when in foreign territory, and 10 to the number of battle captives percentage. Oh my god, there's a 3rd point. Wow, I didn't know you get that. Further map movement range, but this is only if you're in your own territory. It kind of goes against that stuff. So is this Keepers of the Peace. Could go with the Engines of War. Missile damage inflicted by siege weapons and less losses when besieging. I mean, he is going to be besieging quite a bit. So sure. You know, I feel like the tactical thing to do here will just be to hold it and not upgrade anything, because I can't get these until we're level 4. But I suppose we could always get them later. Anyway, I suppose, yeah, let's go with this then. Engines of War. So they got the 3 standards, I guess, in the army now. Right, so Libo. Similarly, I was going to go with, I think it says 5% movement range here. So the Master of Scouts, extra line of sight, chance of discovering hidden agents at armies. So Master of Scouts, basically just information. The other one I'm going to go with then is... Oh, that can be upgraded straight away. Wow. I was going to go down here, where we get 5% movement range again, but this time also morale for all units in enemy territory. And I might upgrade that one. I didn't realize, again, I get 3 points. So this time gives us Inspire for a group, extra morale, and movement range yet again. All right. Just keep that in place. Nice. So he's gaining a decent amount of levels. Now we should be able to really see and move around a lot further, especially if we go to Africa, depending where we go. Because we've only got 2 armies, movement range, I think, is just really important. Now, my other focus is really just going to be naval after this, and we'll pick from the other family that we're not using, although I guess there's 2 families, to represent them in terms of their naval abilities. Are we gaining public order here? We're actually not. Maybe I'll turn off taxes on this town again, just to gain that public order back. I always want to be gaining public order, not losing it, obviously. Alright, let's end the turn and see what happens. See what happens with Carthage. Ah, do another edict. Yeah, so we're running the Romanization edict down here, but now we could do it again up here. So building construction time is reduced by 1. Recruitment cost is reduced, and conversion. Just trying to think, maybe growth and public order would just be good. Bread and games. 15% taxes is kind of nice. I think a little bit more culture, if we can manage it just a bit. Because we're actually losing Latin culture right now. It's crazy how much you need to kind of constantly push it. Because we have the full province, and yet we're getting, you know, the local traditions is pushing against our current culture, which seems crazy to me. +4 local traditions. Oh, sorry, I'm reading this totally wrong. There it is, Celtic. Their change is just influence 4. Influence 8 for Italic. That must just be... Yeah, it's just based on the local traditions. Okay. So our local traditions cancel out Celtic, but the Italic local traditions are really strong, and that's pushing us back a bit. Yet Celtic is the one that's gaining. I don't know. I guess it's because it's low compared to Italic. Sorry, I never really look into these numbers too much, but it's good to have the right information, I guess. Well, there you go. I haven't done anything, but I can just see right away that we've got a red border with Carthage now. I think it's just an automatically waged war. Their army just poked into Sicily and went back out in the north. Alright, let's read everything. Trade agreement dissolved with the Volcae. I'm guessing Massalia have wiped them out. Well, someone did. Our hidden agent has been exposed. That's alright. Trade agreement broken with Carthage. A Roman army in Sicily. With Roman armies marching into Sicily, the relationship between Rome and Carthage has deteriorated into open warfare. Carthage will respond by quickly mustering a force of their own to repel the Roman expedition. Well, maybe it's our fault after all. Now, this is going to cause many complications. Right, so Epirotes are on the move with transports. If by the looks of things, they head down to Carthaginian territory, that's kind of good. For two reasons. It opens them up to be attacked here. And if we kept them as a client state, they'd still be at war with Carthage. Might fight for us. That could be. I thought there was a Carthaginian army up there for a second. Yeah, so let's let them get their distance. Maybe we can use this army to do something. They're not going to be able to come across and make landfall or anything, so we'll just chill with this one for now. Might be worth getting a little bit more on the go. Or just getting that navy, actually. Yeah, we should start with the navy. I'll give them one turn to go somewhere. Then we'll build the navy. Just in case it helps us. Let's go a bit further down. We were going to help the culture in Sicily. Alright, and we'll have a little peek into what's going on here. Now, Sicily is a nightmare to control. As Rome, anyway, early on, because we've got no fleet. And all of these places are within easy reach of one fleet. Like, the fleet's distance is maybe 3 times this. It's huge. Fleets can get around very quickly indeed. So as a result, it means that any of these places could be attacked. They make landfall with troops. It's a nightmare. You have to just be running back and forth and losing things. So what I'd be more tempted to do is actually move and raid and see how we get on. But again, I can't really see what's going on at sea. We could easily have Syracuse be attacked, and there's no garrison there right now. Now, we've just got our... Ooh, is it a unique building chain? Oh, yeah, something I forgot to mention, by the way. A message popped up after we took it that said this is a unique province. So here, it's a super long tooltip. I think you can look at it actually just in here and see... No, maybe not. Well, anyway, we'll just look at this really quickly. So, region Syracuse, home of Hephaestus's mighty forge and prison of the monster Typhon. So basically, the long and short of it, the things that are most interesting is strategic port of Syracuse, plus 3% tariff income from trade faction-wide. A little further down, it said faction-wide. Yeah, 5% armor for all units, armies, and fleets. Now, I don't know if that just means if we're fighting there or if that's everywhere. 5% seems pretty strong if it's everywhere, but I don't know. Maybe not. 10% wealth from agriculture, faction-wide. Barbarian migration. Yeah, I think other than that, though, things are not that crazy. Most towns do have their own unique stuff, but this one has faction-wide benefits, so yeah, pretty powerful. Now, our legion here is not replenishing because, of course, there's no population. Not only did we wipe a lot of it out, but there wouldn't be anyway. They'd be all foreigners, so you can't get them in the army. So this is why having a vanguard legion is kind of difficult. This is why we need auxiliary places set up. Are they mustering right now? No. So I'd be tempted to run up, loot this place, and back off. We could do it in one turn. And though we aren't that strong right now, I don't think there'd be much of a problem doing that. Do we have much of a garrison here? No, it's wiped out completely. Can't necessarily see a reason not to. There's nothing here.
At your service.
I'm just going to deploy. All right.
Ready for battle.
Let's try that. Please don't get ambushed.
None will escape. Besieging settlement.
All right, just hold that for a moment.
Siege to the settlement.
How can I serve Rome? I live.
Right, so these guys are deployed, so that's good. And we're gaining 12 public order per turn now.
At your command.
Yeah, so I'll wait for the fleet. In that case, I will just get a couple more local units. Nothing too crazy. We could go again with the Tarentine hoplites, light hoplites, or the colonist levies. We've only got 2 actual levies. Maybe a couple of slingers for some distance.
Come, fight for Rome.
They come from the proletarii, actually. Now, I'll leave that. We want that population to grow. They scale. The population grows exponentially, like, with a percentage, so I'll just go with these guys. The population's huge. There's 31,000 available. You can deploy. Money's just gone up a little bit, so that's good. How far away are you from upgrading? What was that, by the way? All right, Campanian hoplites. And Lucanian hoplites. Interesting. Wow. Is that because we just got this building done? Maybe.
Commander.
Some kind of interesting units here. But yeah, we're not going to recruit right now. So, details. 22% slaves, 16% empire maintenance. Empire maintenance is so high for this early in the game. You normally wouldn't see that much until like you're on like turn 50. We're on turn 15, I think, right now.
Commander.
Alright, we're getting the slave trader. I don't think there's anything else for me to do here then. I think we'll keep leaving Epirus as is. Alright, let's, I don't know, should I fight this?
To battle!
It really doesn't seem like I need to. Yeah, I'd say we'll leave it, right? I think it's okay. I'm just a bit worried about this little unit here who's really weak. If I fought it myself, I could keep him in the back. But just for brevity's sake, I think we'll leave it. And I'll try protective stance again. Maybe he'll live. But if we have to get a local troop replacement, so be it. No, survived. Actually survived. Alright, so I don't plan on taking the town. Raise all destructible buildings. No, we do get conquest with that. Conquest. Don't capture the settlement, but steal money and damage all of its buildings. All captives are killed. 3,000 money gained. Population is massively reduced. I don't know why you would do that, though. Only 200 money. Provincial instability is only -5. Alright. Liberate it. Create a new front. No, I'm not going to do that. As tempting as that would be. We're just going to take the money and run. Back off. Because I won't be able to hold this if I take it. Looting it means we do take the town, but we get 10 grand. You could just take it and back off. But I'm not going to game it like that. We'll sack it and we'll back off. And that'll be it. I'm never going to take anything and occupy it for Rome and then walk away from it. That just wouldn't be right. So we'll just head back in here now.
Advance.
They want to start a fight. I'll finish it, you know. But it's a good way to farm a little bit of money out of them.
My sword is yours. Rome loves
And also some experience for these guys.
We hunger for
I'm too afraid to go into patrol stance in case something lands at me, so we'll leave it. Now, with that money, we can now defend our city a bit better. So let's get a consecrated ground for a temple. And do we want to go to the route of an auxiliary barracks down here? Potentially. Although it's not really showing me what we could get. Maybe the Syracusean thing has local units itself. Syracusean colonist levies. Sicilian troops. You should be able to get like Cretan archers and stuff down here. I just can't remember exactly how. Oh yeah. There they are. They're crossbow infantry. These are a very unique breed. Syracusean infantry. So we'll get it with the building itself. Alright, good to know. Lucanian light infantry, and then we also get Brutian. Oh, these guys are beasts. I remember them. But yeah, we should, just from memory, these are Romanized versions. Maybe the game has just changed since I've been familiar with it, but the Thessian pikemen, but they've been Romanized, so we can use them. And Thessalian cavalry. Then we have Marian veteran legionaries. So we're not going to be able to get legionaries anytime soon. I looked actually into... Ooh, Mysian slingers. I looked into the reforms and when they're going to happen. Ah, there they are, the Cretan archers. Okay, everything is okay, as long as I know where they are. I reckon we go for that then. We'll get a Field of Mars going. Right, anyway, sorry. I looked into the reforms in between episodes. So basically, if you're ever wondering anything about the game, click this button. It brings you to the Divide et Impera site, and then under the Guides tab, there's like 10 different things that you can learn. So one's about like the supply lines and just regional recruitment, the reforms. So in the reforms, it said you need to be turned 40 and at least Imperium level 3 for the Roman reforms to be able to trigger, the first ones. So then we can get the kind of... my favorite types of troops anyway, the late Republic troops.
Ready for orders.
Alright, not much else to do. We're going to just bank our money to build a fleet next turn, so that's it. I just want to check a few other things. Oh, we have to move the spy as well. So do they just hate me now? Yeah, war... Oh no, that's the wrong people. Carthage probably don't actually hate me that much. Yeah, not that bad. War is -60. Military actions -50. Well, that's now -55. So they're probably actually still positive, even though we're at war. Maybe I could have gotten peace thinking about it, but it's all right. I'm eager to see what Epirus does. Right, last thing. Sorry. Let's go have a look at our spy. I'll just go through the center of Spain. And I think we've pretty much discovered everyone we can in here now. And we could head down onto Africa, check out what's going on with Carthage. Actually, we could just sail right across. I think we'll do that. Yeah. Alright, nice. Pretty much everyone's moved. Ooh, one last thing. We still haven't had children. which is bothering me. A statuette of Mars. 4 melee attack for all sword units. 4 charge bonus for all units. Morale for all infantry. Authority and line of sight. These would be good things for him to use. Oh, he already has one. Okay, good. Well, what about Brutus then? We could give him that. 4% melee attack for sword. Charge bonus and morale. Okay. You could get yourself a wife, maybe. The other thing we could do is actually give these guys rank. Forgot about that. That gives them loyalty. But also gives them way more influence. Improve relations. Alright. If we send her to organize games, actually, I might do that. She'll rank up to here. And we get -1 empire maintenance. You only get that at the last tier, so let's do that. Organize games in Magna Graecia. Latium has finally become positive after all this time. Right, so it's -1 empire maintenance. That's more income overall, long term. We're gaining, it's hard to see, I think 18. Wow, 18 public order. Nice.
Peace is not an easy word. Warriors speak of honor and glory, but you have little of them left.
Very interesting, right? They want peace. They want me to pay. Well, that's not going to happen. If you become my client state, I will give you everything I have. Okay? I think it's a fair demand. I'll give you protection, Roman protection from Carthage, and money to sort yourself out. Oh, sorry, I'm demanding that. Whoops. Maybe that's why it wasn't such a good deal. There you go. Any better? No, but I'm gonna offer it anyway as a token. So it's not happening. Relations have broken down. So we'll see. If they continue towards Carthage, great news. We can head across towards them and make them a client state. And enact my plan. Alright, not much movement on Sicily, although this army is now building up troops. Rebellion imminent in Sicily. Yeah, no doubt. Can we go straight for them? We can. I think that's because I've just raised this. Maybe I've been wrong the whole time and you can just run through zone of control. I don't think so. But if I attack them, I can. Now, if they've got no garrison, that makes sense to me. But they do. The garrison has actually come back quite strong, thinking about it. So if we attack them, they'll come in. Well, I'm not going to do the cheese.
Commander?
But it does seem like that's what's happening, right? It seems like you can bypass zone of control if you have a target in mind. Maybe that's what the AI has been doing this whole time. I was going to go north around the northern tip of Sicily and then come in and hit Panormus, but I don't think we can really do that either. We're gaining, finally gaining back replenishment. I'll tell you what, we'll turn off taxes down here. They're only at -21 now. There's a Carthaginian spy. Can we hit them? Assassination. A 4% chance. So that's great. 15% positive outcome. A 4% chance of actually killing them. Yeah, so not going to do that. What about against their champion? Same kind of thing. So I guess we got to level up first. If we pop him in there, we should get a reduction of chance for him to be killed.
How can you be of assistance?
What about her? She can't even do it. She could get a 29% chance of a positive outcome for misdirection. 30% chance, basically. And what about him? Same thing, 30.
What do you wish of me?
Ready for battle.
Alright. So he's building troops. How many? Just 2. He's literally getting 2. So that's nothing. The garrison here is going to come back. And we're gaining replenishment as well.
Ready for orders.
I guess there's not much to do. We'll just wait. We're also building this. Once the Field of Mars comes in... Oh no, we don't actually get a garrison with it. Really? Yeah, you just have something to recruit with. Interesting. If we build this up, the garrison gets better. But I think it's early days for that. We'll leave it.
Ready for battle.
Yeah, okay, I'm just going to get close to the town and then go into
Make
patrol
haste,
mode.
men.
Is there anything that does better for public order? No.
Any man who drops out is left behind.
And we could maybe send our wife down here to slow down the rate of change. Now, a rebellion here is not the worst thing if we defeat it quick. Maybe we'll just let them rebel. The problem with... obviously, they're going to rebel because the culture is just so bad, right? We're waiting on our diplomats to get down here. They're just about here.
Setting forth. Setting forth.
Yeah, he's a bit far behind, but next turn we'll be able to deploy both of them. You get in there. Military training.
At your command.
Hopefully a little bit of protection. If Libo gets assassinated, I will be very annoyed. The Epirotes are still there. Alright, with our 6 grand, let's begin recruiting a fleet. So, who do we want to do this? Let's have a look. Gens Cornelia don't have anyone. Junia have Decimus Brutus. So let's try the Scipio, huh? Gnaeus Cornelius Scipio? Or Lucius Cornelius Scipio? Let's see who has got the better traits. Try to just look at it quickly. This guy has a lot of kind of governor stuff, actually. Yeah, he's got a negative to campaign movement range and stuff. Not the best for general. Where is he, actually? Oh, is he the one... I was saying, like, oh, he'd be a good governor. It's because he is one. Alright, that's fine. What about Gens Papira, then? This guy. Authority, cultural conversion, battle stuff. Not great. Alright, let's look at the other Scipio. Morale for all units during battles in your own territory. Negative to construction costs. Wealth from industry. Again, would be decent at... God, yeah. Is this just because he's like low tier that this says deputy? Because it's the same for him, right? It's the same for everyone. Alright, these actually... I'm probably just being an idiot. These probably just get better over time depending on what you focus on. That must be the case because they're all the same. What about Libo? Oh, he's an officer. Oh, yeah. Okay, then. So that's just tied to this. Right. Sorry for being an idiot. Alright, well, I'll just go with this guy because he doesn't have anything representing battles. And they are the weakest for influence. So, kind of makes sense. I feel like he should get a wife as well. It costs me money. I'm arranging the wedding for him. Sure. Marriage arranged. Now, if she levels up, we get the Empire maintenance reduction from her as well. So we do want these people to be married. Line of sight. Yeah, go with that. And this one, melee attack skill for all units during battles against Hellenic factions. Or campaign map movement range and loyalty from marriage. Yeah. -4 to having children. That's fine. A Harridan wife. Oh, no, sorry. That's what he has right now. God, I'm so bad at reading. I thought when I hovered over this, it opened another card there. That's what he's got already. All right, fair enough. Yeah, let's go with him. So that is Lucius Papirius Cursor. There he is. Raise fleet. Now, what do we got? Classiari. A trireme, quinquereme, or a tower hexareme. That's 600 upkeep. This one's just 3. I have to go with what's cheap, unfortunately. Roman Marines. That's fine by me. Although ship health is really weak with that ship, so I will go with the middle one then, quinquereme.
Yes.
Right, we'll stick it in the port just for a moment, and we can do our recruitment. So, we'll just have to go with the basic sort of triremes, I think. Or biremes. 880. 200 upkeep, man. These are so expensive. Alright, let's go with 1, 2, 3, 4. Everything will be pretty much levies after the fact. And they are proletarii. Okay. It's going to take 3 turns just to get 6 units. Goddamn. Okay, well, our fleet is coming together. And we can hop on that and go across very quickly, especially if we get ourselves a supply ship. Supply ships help provide nearby armies with supplies both at sea and land. They can help transport force, avoid attrition, and provide supply lines from a coast. A support crew for nearby armies. Yeah. Alright, sorry for taking so long. I'm sorry I also keep apologizing. It's so funny. It's like, sorry for saying sorry, but sometimes I just feel like I need to look over some of those things and learn them. Just to be sure about what I'm saying. Otherwise, I feel like people just call me out on it. Right. Anyways, let's continue. I think I've taken care of everything. You haven't moved, but you don't need to. You're deployed. Everyone else okay? Events. Construction report. Our farming settlement and village are complete. So level 2 now for both of those. That's good. Household is expanded. An outraged populace. That's not good. Quartermaster report. We got those 2 units in Magna Graecia. No sign of any activity in the north. And Epirus have not moved. Alright, let's continue. Alright, not that much activity that I could see. Increase in rank for Decimus Gabinius Seneca. Hidden agent has been exposed. I wish you could collapse these. They're just going to keep popping up. I'll just go through them, I guess, one by one. So let's just start with the top. Latium, a mild winter. Mild winter. What's that going to do for us? Negative public order and wealth. Oh, well. We're gaining 10 public order per turn now, which is pretty good. Construction complete of the Temple of Mars in Asculum. So, new troops here gain 1 experience. And a little bit of melee defense. We're getting extra culture. It's all good. Rebellion in Syracuse. It's kicked off. We now have the Syracusean rebels. If they take the town, actually Syracuse reappears, which is interesting.
Ready for battle.
The army that was lurking around here doesn't seem to be here anymore, and now we have an enemy fleet. Now, I should have kept an eye on who that general was that we had seen before. The Fists of Hamilcar, led by Sanamph. Okay. And then we have 7 ships to the south. So that's nothing too bad. Now, this is a bit of a problem. Epirus has come over and started raiding. We're still... What's this? When navies or enemy armies are docked, they'll decrease the public order of the province when following the turn... on the following turn based on the number of troops in the culture of the region. Your current navy will subtract -4 public order from this province at the start of your next turn. Yeah, that's okay, though. Yeah. So anyway, these are transports. So as our fleet builds up, and we could get mercenaries, although there are none. As our fleet builds up, if we attack them, we will just be able to ram the crap out of them. There's not much they can really do as transports. They don't have a defending navy. This navy is a bit more of a problem. If we look at the distance they can cover, right? They can go from here all the way to there. So they can hit any city really easily. Now, Syracuse, being under rebellion right now, is gaining public order. The basic reason that this happens is because it says malcontents are leaving for the rebellion. So you always gain 20. So we'll let that play out for maybe one more turn. We'll probably gain another 4 or 5. And then we'll just knock them out before they get too strong. And then we'll say, okay, enough malcontents have joined them. Our dignitaries, though, they have a bit of skill. Maybe they could do something, no? They can't do anything there for that guy. I wonder why. Maybe they just haven't unlocked anything yet for that, because we've focused them in a different way. So I'm just going to deploy both of these guys in here. We don't get any extra public order, but we should get better conversion. We're now gaining at 3%, so that's something. At least the needle is moving. Plus, our temple is being built, so that's good. Is this guy deployed? Agent is deployed. Good.
Commander.
All right, not much else to do. We've already paid the money for the ships, so we don't need to buy any more or anything like that. We'll just let them continue doing their thing. There's not much else for me to really do, I guess. And our spy is just going to be moving out of Iberia now and seeing if anything is coming our way that we should be aware of. Because, of course, they do have Caralis and Alalia. So you never know. You could have an army just land in Italy sometime. Gotta be careful. God, there's so much clouds. Alright, I don't think there's anything else that we need to think about or do. Faction rises. The Chauci Seleucid vassals have rebelled. Okay, so after years of enmity... Years of enmity have built up between the Hellenic overlords of the Seleucid dynasty and their eastern vassals. The desire for independence has boiled over. Multiple satrapies have rebelled against their overlords, hoping to carve out their own kingdoms. Yeah, it's really cool. Actually, if you play as the Seleucids, there is a way to kind of keep them in the fold, but it's quite difficult. And eventually the vassals will revolt. They've got like 8 or 9, so suddenly you're at war with so many people. It's quite the challenge to hold on to your territory. I recommend that as a playthrough, though. It's really, really good. As is Bactria, actually, which is really good too. Household's expanding for our spy. Alright, and a child has been born. Most joyous news. Let's check it out. Is it ours? Yes! It's a girl. Decia Gemella. I think. Yeah, I assume so with Decia. Nice. Well, good job. Please do more. Alright, and then we have the year in history. Cool. Alright, we'll end one more turn and just have a look at our situation, then we'll probably have to wrap it up. Our first no battle episode, I think. Someone has an unassigned skill. Do they? Oh, yes.
At your command.
Our champion. Or our veteran, as they're called in this. Cost of performing all actions. Chance of wounding enemy agents in self-defense. 2 public order for military presence. You know what?
We hunger for battle.
We just go into this veteran. That would be good here. 10% chance of wounding enemy agents in self-defense. Guard dog. And we could switch this out to be chance of evading enemy agents 4%, because I'm just worried with all the agents around him right now that something could happen. His cunning is decent, so it's a 6% chance of wounding enemy agents in self-defense. 6% though, you know, seems quite low. Right, anyways, for this guy, I haven't really looked through this. Campaign map movement range, so do we just get more experience? 5 experience gained per turn for the parent army. That's kind of what I want. 200 wealth gained after a successful action. Wow. 1 experience gained by the general of parent army per turn. Authority based. Alright, we're good on this chain. So that was 5% movement range when you're accompanying a general, plus 1 zeal. We want to get down to here, but we need to be rank 3, so I'll just start on this chain as well. 1 authority, 8% reduction of costs. Yep. And I guess we'll just give him this. Why not? Alright.
The shield wall is always stronger when brothers stand together. That is why I offer a treaty.
Right, a non-aggression with the Dalmatia for 300. They're at war with the RDA, I guess. Sure. Anything to keep the relations happy is fine by me.
This is a time for just, proud men to unite in strength. That is why I propose this.
Yeah, so we're already trading with the Veneti. They want non-aggression as well. Again, keeping them happy would be good. I have no resources to devote to going north right now, so sure. Alright, and that was it. So increase in rank for Dento. And our protection from civil war is expiring. We'll have to pay attention to politics a little bit more. This tireless lady has a wealth of experience and continues to hone her abilities. That's Memia. That's her, I think. Alright, cool. Bunch of our agents are leveling up. So we brought the public order down to -60. And then we have the rebels to deal with.
What do you wish of me?
Alright, so the Carthaginian fleet is here now. So the dangerous thing with this fleet is it can make its way pretty far up. Faster than we can get our armies up to defend these various towns. Especially if they want to go for like Armanum or something. We'll be way far out from that. However, we did just increase everything. So we've got a little bit of a garrison. They've only got, what, 8 ships? 7? I think we'll be okay then. We're fairly protected. Our fleet's building up. Our fleet is in port, right? And I've done that on purpose. We are losing public order, but it's okay. I think it's worthwhile because as we build it up, we want to be protected from an attack like with these guys. If we were out of the port, they could hit us without the town being able to help us in any way. Whereas if they hit us in port, they actually have to make landfall. We could land the ships and they can't do anything. And they would have to land as well. Faction destroyed. The Tolistobogii and the Blemii. Household expands. Don't have to worry about that too much. Shipwright report. Encourage populace. Faction destroyed. The Celtici. Wow. A hidden agent has been exposed down here. We can see her. She's not very good. Another faction. 4 factions were destroyed this turn. The Volcae. Didn't we just see that they were destroyed? 2 ranks increase. Construction complete. Taurus has become an allied state. Love to see it. Unseasonal conditions. Late spring and early spring in Sicily and then Magna Graecia. Character personality report. So, this has changed. We've now matured. Egotistic matured. Selfish, imperious and greedy. And this is going to be Cursor, our admiral. So now 3 authority, 30% chance of whatever extra upkeep for all land units. Okay, that's okay. And -3 public order in the local province he's in. Got it. Alright, that's really all that we care about. That's going to have to be it for this episode. So a bit more of a stats-orientated, look at things. But that is War with Carthage. And yeah, we'll make our move at the very beginning of the next episode. They have enemy transports on the way. We have to deal with that rebellion. So first thing we'll do is deal with that rebellion. 8 units should be easy enough. Maybe we'll fight it just for a bit of fun and then see what happens with the Carthaginians that are going to make landfall somewhere. Alright, that's going to have to be it for me. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.